In the world of international relations, small states are often expected to pick sides, aligning themselves with one powerful nation or another in order to survive. The traditional wisdom suggests that these countries must trade a measure of their autonomy for the promise of security, protection, or economic support under the wing of a dominant patron. This is the classic playbook, one that has shaped the destinies of countless nations, especially in regions where the stakes are high and the competition for influence is fierce. In the Horn of Africa, this logic is especially strong, as both global and regional giants, ranging from the United States and China to Saudi Arabia and the UAE, compete for strategic footholds along the Red Sea and beyond. Yet, Eritrea is quietly rewriting the script, refusing to follow the well-trodden path of dependency and submission. Instead of choosing between Saudi Arabia and the UAE, Eritrea has mastered the art of strategic silence and calculated distance, maintaining a careful balance that keeps both powers guessing. As these Gulf rivals vie for control over the Red Sea's vital shipping lanes, Eritrea transforms their competition into leverage, refusing to be cornered or reduced to a mere pawn in their rivalry. By not aligning, Eritrea becomes a scarce and valuable asset, turning what many see as isolation into a unique form of strength and independence. Its leadership understands that in a contest between ambitious rivals, the prize is most valuable when it remains unattached, free to negotiate, to maneuver, and to extract concessions from all sides. Eritrea's refusal to lock into binding agreements keeps both Saudi Arabia and the UAE courting its favor, each hoping to tip the balance in their direction, but neither able to claim Eritrea as their own. In a world that expects small states to be pawns, Eritrea is quietly accumulating influence by playing its own game, one defined by patience, resilience, and a refusal to be defined by the ambitions of others. The traditional view sees small states like Eritrea as chess pieces, forced to choose a patron or risk irrelevance. As Saudi Arabia and the UAE expand their influence, the expectation is that Eritrea must pick a side. But this framework ignores the possibility of strategic autonomy. Eritrea's long coastline and ports are not just prizes for others, they're assets to be leveraged. By refusing to make a definitive choice, Eritrea maintains ambiguity, which itself becomes a powerful strategy. The absence of clear alignment is not indecision, but a deliberate move to keep all options open. Eritrea is not a pawn, it's a player rewriting the rules. Where others see danger in the Saudi-UAE rivalry, Eritrea sees opportunity. By making itself indispensable to both sides, Eritrea flips the patron-client dynamic. It offers just enough cooperation to keep each rival invested, but never enough to be absorbed. This pragmatic, transactional approach allows Eritrea to engage on its own terms, temporary, issue-based, and always with an eye on autonomy. The UAE's use of Assab port for Yemen operations was a calculated short-term deal, not a permanent alliance. The more the Gulf powers compete, the more valuable Eritrea's neutrality becomes. Pushing too hard risks driving Eritrea into the rival's arms, so both sides tread carefully. Eritrea has turned regional rivalry into a tool for preserving its sovereignty and maximizing its leverage. Eritrea's greatest asset is its geography, over 1,100 kilometers of pristine Red Sea coastline, stretching along one of the world's most strategic maritime corridors. This coastline is not just a natural wonder, but a vital artery connecting Africa, the Middle East, and beyond. Eritrea sits adjacent to the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a narrow passage that serves as the gateway between the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. This choke point is vital for global trade, with millions of barrels of oil and countless goods passing through daily. Any disruption here can send shockwaves through international markets. That's why Eritrea's stability is a matter of international concern, drawing the attention of world powers and regional actors alike. For Saudi Arabia, Eritrea's coast is essential to the security of its Vision 2030 projects, which aim to transform the kingdom's economy and develop its western seaboard. The safety of Saudi Arabia's western flank, including its vital ports and infrastructure, depends on a stable and cooperative neighbor across the sea. Recent Houthi attacks on shipping have only heightened the urgency for a stable, reliable partner on the African side of the Red Sea, making Eritrea's role even more critical. For the UAE, Eritrea's ports are key links in a global logistics network, connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe through efficient maritime corridors. These ports offer a strategic foothold in Africa, enabling the UAE to expand its influence and secure its commercial interests. The competition for access makes Eritrea's controlled coastline a highly sought-after prize, with global and regional powers vying for influence. Unlike its neighbors, Eritrea's centralized authority ensures any deal is reliable and enforceable, providing a rare sense of predictability in a volatile region. Foreign powers know they're dealing with a single, decisive government, one that can deliver on its promises and safeguard its commitments. This unique combination of geography and control transforms Eritrea from a passive bystander into a critical regional player, shaping the future of the Red Sea. Its value lies not just in location, but in the disciplined sovereignty it maintains over that location, balancing openness with firm control. Eritrea's coast is open for business, but always on Eritrea's terms, ensuring that its unmatched value remains firmly in Eritrean hands. Eritrea's foreign policy is built on three pillars: no permanent alliances, selective engagement, and strategic silence. This approach is not just a matter of preference, but a deliberate strategy shaped by decades of regional turmoil and shifting power dynamics. By refusing to enter binding commitments, Eritrea keeps its options open and its rivals constantly guessing about its next move. This unpredictability is a shield, making it difficult for outside powers to exert lasting influence or pressure. Engagements with other nations are always transactional, temporary, pragmatic, and laser-focused on advancing Eritrea's specific national interests. There are no long-term entanglements, only deals that serve immediate needs. The UAE's temporary use of Assab port is a textbook example of this approach, an arrangement with a clear end date and defined terms. Eritrea allowed the UAE access to its port facilities, but only for a set period, ensuring that the relationship remained strictly business. There were no strings attached, no open-ended commitments, no hidden obligations. Eritrea's diplomatic moves are rarely publicized, often taking place behind closed doors and away from the spotlight. This secrecy fuels competition, as both Saudi Arabia and the UAE are left to wonder what the other might be offering. The ambiguity is intentional, forcing rivals to keep courting Eritrea and offering better terms. This constant courtship strengthens Eritrea's bargaining position, allowing it to extract more favorable deals and maintain leverage. Silence in this context is not passivity. It's a calculated tactic to maintain control over the narrative and the pace of negotiations. These principles allow Eritrea to extract concessions, protect its sovereignty, and avoid being drawn into conflicts that do not serve its interests. In a region where alliances shift rapidly and loyalties are often uncertain, Eritrea's patience and restraint have become its greatest strengths. The strongest positions are often those that remain undefined. Eritrea's playbook is simple: move quietly, act deliberately, and never be owned. In the high-stakes game of regional politics, sometimes the best move is the one no one sees coming. The port of Assab is a case study in Eritrea's strategy of turning pressure into power. Coveted by Ethiopia, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia, Assab is a geopolitical prize. Eritrea refuses to cede sovereignty but keeps the door open for commercial access, keeping all parties engaged. For Ethiopia, Assab is a lifeline. For the Gulf powers, it's a strategic asset. Eritrea manages separate, quiet negotiations, never making final commitments. By maintaining control and keeping everyone hopeful, Eritrea turns Assab into a perpetual bargaining chip. The port's value lies in its exclusivity, never given away, always in play. Assab is a symbol of Eritrea's broader approach, open for business, but never for sale. Eritrea's strategy is effective but risky. If the Saudi-UAE rivalry escalates, neutrality may become impossible, forcing Eritrea to choose sides. The militarization of the Red Sea increases the risk of conflict, making ambiguity harder to sustain. Eritrea's transactional approach can breed mistrust. Partners may tire of a state that offers access but not allegiance. The strategy's success depends on internal cohesion. Any instability could unravel years of careful diplomacy. The very centralization that enables Eritrea's strategy could become a vulnerability if leadership changes. Eritrea's balancing act is sophisticated but inherently fragile. Eritrea's influence in the Red Sea is a testament to the power of restraint. Its strength comes not from alliances or military might, but from being needed by all and owned by none. By selling access, not loyalty, Eritrea has turned its geography into its greatest asset. Its ambiguity confounds analysts and rivals alike, but that's the source of its leverage. The Assab port exemplifies how pressure can be converted into power. While risks remain, Eritrea's calculated approach has secured its interests and sovereignty in a volatile region. The world should pay attention. Sometimes the quietest players hold the most powerful cards. Eritrea proves that in the dance of power, the one who is needed most shapes the outcome.